Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andre Fowlkes, and I'm with StartCo. Let's give everyone that presented today a round of applause for all this hard work. You know, we believe that there's a resurgence taking place across America right now. And many times, the cities that get noticed are the Manhattans, the San Franciscos, et cetera, but there's other communities out there that are having this resurgence. Communities like Oakland, the South Loop of Chicago, Brooklyn. And we believe Memphis is part of that as well. And I think when you think about it, there's more diversity, it's more affordable. People want to be a part of something, they want to grow something. It's not just about building the startup, it's about being part of a community. I think Benjamin Friedman said it best in his thoughts around economic growth, meaning a rising standard of living for the majority of citizens more often than not fosters greater opportunity, tolerance of diversity, social mobility, commitment to fairness, and dedication to democracy. Whereas in contrast, when an economy stagnates, the resulting frustration generates intolerance, ungenerosity, and resistance to greater openness of individual opportunity. I believe we've seen Memphis move forward in a great way over the past 10 years, and I believe there's more to come going forward. I think the key has been innovation. You've seen a lot of innovation on stage earlier here today, and that's going to propel us forward as a community. We spend quite a bit of time at StartCo traveling to kind of hone our skills and share best practices with other organizations throughout the country, one being which is the Bay Area Economic Institute out in San Francisco. And they wrote what was called the Innovation-Driven Economic Development Model. And this concept of regional innovation, where you look at creating an innovative economy or innovative jobs, and you see where that overlaps with a livable community, building great places to live and work, and where that overlaps with an inclusive society, building trust in the community, and where that overlaps with a collaborative governance, public-private partnership for success. And I think what you're seeing here today and what we've been working on for the many, many years here is startups plays a major role in terms of creating our own regional innovation movement here. If you noticed, these startups are right here in the urban core. They're spending their money, they're raising more dollars, they're creating their businesses, they're finding customers that are here, but they're also living here. They're paying rent, they're parking in the garages, they're going to coffee shops, and they're spending deliberate time investing in this community. They're here from all over the world, they're here from Memphis, and they're growing. The other piece is the diversity. You've seen all different cultures, all different ages up here on stage, and they're working together and they're collaborating together, and this is something that Memphis needs a lot more of. And then public-private partnership. Being able to work with the partners to bring you what you saw today is not easy. It's very difficult. And we think that the key that makes that all go around are startups, their innovative ideas, and those pursuits that exist here in our community. We've already seen economic development change across the nation, and those communities who are a little slow to keep up, we want to accelerate it, especially here in Memphis. But basically what we're looking at is business development has changed in the global economy, and business development today is based on open innovation, where firms seek innovation assets, talent, capital from many sources, often outside the firm itself. Under this model, the role of economic development is to intervene at appropriate times to help firms achieve higher value and productivity by gaining access to appropriate innovation assets. See, there's this concept about brokering innovation, and we need to have a lot more of that happening here in Memphis, and we're hoping to do so. And what I mean by brokering innovation is first looking at our regional assets in terms of talent, technology, and capital, and how that interfaces with different businesses that are out here on the local level. Many times we talk about market expansion and commercialization, and we leave startups out of the equation. We have to start bringing these new ideas into the mix and start thinking about how we can even interface that with global assets in terms of technology, talent, and capital. And it's the innovation brokers who are crossing the boundaries, trying to pull people together to achieve these types of results. You see, the old globalism is based on the search for low factor cost, where international businesses invested in regions with low-cost land and labor to serve as export platforms to produce high-volume commodity products. But if we think about new globalism, and we think about this is based on the search for the best locations to host high-valued, specialized, and innovation-related activities where businesses invest in regions to gain access to specialized workforces, research and development, commercialization capacity, and innovation networks. These are the things that are happening in this community right here. It was very exciting to meet many of you during the intermissions. Many of you had never been here before, and you're really excited to see what was happening here. Many of you had no idea, and others who have been here before are being great stewards and champions and bringing them into the fold. We need more of that. We have about 400 people who've come through the doors today. We need to turn that into 40,000 people here in Memphis. At the end of the day, when looking out in the audience, I see a lot of folks who went through the accelerator program this year. We see folks who went through the program in past years. We see investors, we see mentors, we see advisors, we see people who have been giving a helping hand to build this ecosystem of entrepreneurship here in the Memphis community. If you think about it, people moved here from all over the world. They chose Memphis. When you think about it, people decided to set up shop here to help entrepreneurs. They chose Memphis. They decided to invest their dollars, many of which is coming from outside the community. They chose Memphis. And many of them decided to open up their resources, and they chose Memphis. I think it's time that Memphis chooses them, and we start investing back into these startups who are building great ideas and solutions for us. We have many problems here in Memphis, unlike any other city. Cities have problems all over the world. A lot of the solutions sit right here in the room. It may not be necessarily the ideas that you saw up there on stage today, but there's a lot of talent here, right? There's a lot of energy here. We need to activate it, we need to harness it, and we need to push it forward. I think this can begin right now. I think that companies can take an interest in being customers. I think that governments can take an interest at also being customers and leveraging some of these lean tools to move them forward. I think our social problems that we have here in this community could also be solved by a lot of the innovators here in the room, and in particular, even the ones who aren't even here today. We can start right here, right now, by investing in this community. We hope that you'll start a conversation with not only the startups, but the people who are helping to grow the ecosystem here in the Memphis community. This concludes our show today. We really appreciate you all coming out and spending some time with us, learning about what was taking place here in the Memphis community over the last 100 days. We hope that you'll join us and spend some time with us afterwards at Felicia Suzanne's at 5:30 or immediately afterwards when we're out there and we're meeting with some of the teams in the reception area. Thank you, and everyone have a great day.